Hello everyone, welcome to today's session where we will explore some of the most pressing issues affecting women and children in India. These topics are crucial not just for your exams but for understanding the very fabric of our society. Stick around till the end because I'll share how you could use these points effectively in your mains exams and interview, even in your future roles as policymakers. Let's get started. Let's begin with female fetishism. This is where women are often judged primarily on their looks, leading to problems like body shaming, unrealistic beauty standards. Such attitudes can severely impact a woman's self-esteem and impact a woman's dignity, reducing her to a mere object rather than respecting her as an individual. In the same vein, we must address female feticide also, a tragic reality where female fetuses are aborted solely because they are female. This practice reflects a deep-seated preference for sons over daughters, leading to a skewed gender ratio in many parts of India. Female feticide is a stark reminder of how women and girls are devalued even before they are born. And then there is this issue of sexual harassment, which is unfortunately widespread in India. Whether it is on the streets, in the workplace, or at home, sexual harassment creates an environment of fear and oppression for women. Although there are laws to protect women, the societal mindset that tolerates or ignores such behavior is a major hurdle that still needs to overcome. The next section is human trafficking and child labor. Moving on, these two are two of the gravest violations of human rights. Human trafficking involves exploitation of women and children for forced labor, sexual exploitation, and more. It is a crime that robs individuals of their dignity and freedom. Similarly, child labor denies children their right to education and a safe, healthy childhood. These children are often forced into hazardous jobs, stripping away their chances at a better future. These issues are deeply rooted in poverty and lack of opportunities. They continue to perpetuate the cycles of exploitation and suffering. Discrimination against girls and women can also take more subtle forms like denial of education, improper nutrition, denial of equal rights at home. In many families, especially in rural areas, girls are often first to drop out of school when resources are tight. They are expected to help with household chores instead of pursuing their education, which limits their future opportunities. In terms of nutrition, girls often receive less food than boys, leading to poor health and development, even in urban areas. Women bear the brunt of household work, which is often undervalued and underpaid. This unequal distribution of responsibility affects their physical and mental well being, yet, it is often accepted as a norm in many homes. In the next section, we'll see domestic violence and violence in marriage. Domestic violence is another critical issue that many women face. It's not just about the physical harm, the emotional and psychological abuse can be equally damaging. In India, violence within marriage is often linked to dowry demands or control over women's behavior and choices. The pressure on women to keep the peace and avoid bringing shame to the family often keeps them trapped in these harmful situations. Addressing domestic violence requires not only stronger laws and enforcement but also a shift in societal attitude. Women need access to support system that can help them safely leave these abusive environment and rebuild their lives with dignity. The dowry system, though officially banned, still persists in many parts of India. Dowry-related harassment and violence continue to be a major cause of suffering, even death for women. This practice reinforces the idea that a woman's value is tied to the wealth she brings into the marriage, rather than her qualities as a person. Sati is eradicated. It is a historical example of extreme devaluation of women's life. The practice of forcing or pressuring widows to self-immolate on their husband's funeral pyres may be largely a thing of the past, but the stigma and discrimination against widows still persist even today. Many widows are abandoned or mistreated, living in poverty and isolation, reflecting a continued disregard for their rights and dignity. Ending these harmful traditions require both legal enforcement and a cultural shift. Society must recognize the inherent worth of women and reject practices that reduce them to mere commodities or burdens. Child marriage. Child marriage is another violation that continues despite legal prohibitions. Young girls, often in their teens, are married off, leading to early pregnancies and a life of economic and social dependence. This practice traps families in poverty and perpetuates gender inequality. Even when women enter the workforce, they often face discrimination in the form of lower wages compared to men for the same work. This wide gap reflects the broader issue of gender inequality and undervaluing women's contribution. Addressing this gap is essential for achieving true gender equality in society. So, what can we do about these issues? As future leaders, you have the power to make a difference. It is not just about learning these topics for your exams. It is about understanding the deeper societal challenges and thinking about how you can contribute to the change. Whether it is through policy making, through advocacy, or simply spreading awareness, every effort counts. The progress of our nation, India, depends on how we address these injustices. By breaking these shackles, by working towards a society where women and children are respected and treated as equals, we can help build a better, stronger, and a more just India. Thank you for staying with me till the end. I hope this session has deepened your understanding of the issues facing women and children in India. Remember, this knowledge is not just for your exams, it's for life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content that will help you in the UPSC journey. See you in the next session. Now let's quickly discuss how this session can be useful for your UPSC mains preparation. The topics that we covered today are directly relevant to ethics paper, okay, where you can discuss issues like gender equality, human rights, and social justice. Okay, so these points are crucial for your general studies paper also. Okay, so especially when writing about social issues and challenges in India. In your mains answer, you can use these insights to show a deep understanding of the societal problems and purpose through solutions. This will demonstrate not only your knowledge but also your commitment to making a positive impact as a future civil servant. Thank you. Bye-bye.